You ever wonder why some local businesses seem to pop up everywhere online while others are, well, practically invisible? It often boils down to one simple, overlooked detail. Today, we're going to dive into why the smallest errors in your business information can actually have the biggest and most damaging impact.
So you're doing everything you're supposed to do, right? You've got a great website, you're asking for reviews, maybe you're even running a few ads. You're checking all the boxes, but the results, they just aren't there. And you're left wondering, what am I missing? Well, the problem might be something you can't even see. It's like this hidden barrier, an invisible wall between you and your next customer. And it's built from tiny little cracks in your business's online foundation. So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll pull back the curtain on this invisible barrier. Then we'll get into what I call Google's confidence game and see how even a little confusion can cost you real jobs. We'll also look at a case study with some pretty shocking results and then wrap up with the one foundational piece you need for your online visibility. Okay, so what is this invisible barrier? I'll give you a hint. It has nothing to do with your marketing budget or how fancy your website looks. It's built from the most basic details about your business. It all comes down to something called NAP. That just stands for your business's name, address, and phone number. The best way to think about it is like your business's digital fingerprint. It's your core identity online, and it gets copied and pasted all over the internet, on Google Maps, social media, and countless directories you've probably never even heard of. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. To understand why your NAP is so important, you have to try and think like a search engine. Let's call it Google's confidence game. You see, Google's #1 goal is to give people accurate, trustworthy results, so it doesn't just take your word for it. When you put your address and phone number on your website, Google acts like a detective. It goes out and cross-references that info with everything else it can find online to make sure you are who you say you are and that you're located where you say you are. Now look at this slide, because this is where it really clicks. On the left, you got perfect consistency. Every listing is identical. That gives Google really high confidence. But check out the right. Inc is missing from the name. Street is shortened to ST, and suite becomes STI. Now, to a person, that looks like the same company, right? But to a computer algorithm, these are all conflicting signals. Each one plants a tiny seed of doubt. And here's the crucial takeaway. When Google finds these conflicting signals, it gets confused. It can't be 100% certain which version is the right one. And you know what? A confused Google is a cautious Google. It will absolutely not recommend a business to its users if it can't verify the details. It'll just show them a competitor that it does trust more. So this isn't just some abstract tech problem. Let's look at how this digital confusion translates directly into a very real cost. We're talking about lost revenue and fewer jobs on the books. And this chart here illustrates the impact perfectly. When your business info is totally consistent, Google's confidence is sky high, and you've got a great shot at showing up in those top 3 map results. That's prime real estate. But as soon as inconsistencies start to creep in, your ranking plummets. If it's really messy, you get pushed down to position 15, 20, or even further. At that point, you're pretty much invisible. The cost of this is so tangible. You disappear from that crucial map pack where most customers are looking. And think about it. If a potential customer somehow finds 2 different phone numbers for you, they just get frustrated and lose trust. And every single time that happens, a phone call that should have been yours goes directly to your competitor, the one with clean, consistent information. Okay, I know that might sound a little bleak, but here's the good news. Because the problem is caused by small errors, the fix can be simple. And the results, well, they can be massive. Let's look at a real-world example. All right, so there was this dental clinic. They had a great reputation, tons of positive reviews. By all accounts, they should have been dominating their local area. But when people searched for a dentist nearby, they were buried way down at position 19, totally invisible on the first page. So someone did a deep dive and found 23 tiny, seemingly harmless issues. Turns out they had moved to a new unit in the same building years ago, but some old listings were never updated. Some websites listed them as a center, while others said clinic. Heck, even their own website was missing the floor number from the address. So the mission was simple. Hunt down every single one of those listings and make them match one single perfect version of their name, address, and phone number. That's it. No new marketing, no new website, no begging for reviews, just cleaning up what was already there. And the results were just stunning. Within a couple of months, the clinic jumped from position 19 all the way up to #2 in the local map results. And get this, look at the chart. Their new patient inquiries from Google went from about 11 per month to 38 per month. That is more than triple the business, just from fixing typos and old info.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's really about understanding what truly holds up your ability to be found online.
And this really says it all. You have to think of your consistent business information as the concrete foundation of a house. If that foundation has cracks in it, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on fancy windows or a new roof. Everything you build on top of it is just going to be unstable. You could be just a few small corrections away from a major breakthrough for your business. So please don't let this invisible barrier keep holding you back.
Hey, if you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe for more practical insights just like this one to help your business grow. And if you'd like some expert help to audit and fix your business's online foundation, you can always visit the team at Proper Marketers. Thanks for watching.